It's all about how bad you want it. We all got 24 hours in a day. What are you doing with yours? Are you scrolling away, looking at them IG models, looking at everybody else drive the cars, live the lifestyle, be with the women that you want? Are you beating off to women that you can't get? Pixels on the screen? I don't care if it's hailing outside. I don't care if it's a tornado, right? I don't care if your girl just broke up with you. I don't care if you just got fired from your job. You have to follow this daily schedule every single day without failure. What's good with y'all boys, man? Back at y'all with another video. Now in this video, we're gonna talk about the one trait that makes you an undeniable man. And this one trait is congruence. You have to have congruence in every area of your life if you truly want to become the man that you have always dreamed of. This was the biggest thing that has held me back on my self-improvement journey. I didn't have the congruence. I had the goals, I had the dedication, I had the ambition, but there were still certain pieces missing as to why I couldn't make the progress that I wanted, as to why I couldn't get the results that I wanted, right? And this is in every single area of my life. This goes back to even when I was simply in high school, finishing up high school, right? I wanted to play basketball. I had the aspirations to play basketball. That was my first love. I wanted to go to the NBA, right? But I had the ambition, I had the desire, but the one thing that was missing was my work ethic. It was times when my dad had to force me out of bed to go train on the weekends. There was times when I would be training, right? And my dad would have to get me in a certain mode. He would have to get on to me. He would have to, be hard on me, pause. In order to get me in that mode for me to really just perform to my fullest potential. I'd have to turn the ball over or miss an important shot, right? Or something like that for me to really just lock in and get in that mode. I didn't show up in the gym in that mode. So my work ethic was not there. I didn't have the confidence on the court. Even though I had the skill level to perform, when I was on the court, I wasn't my most confident self. So these things were holding me back. These things made me feel like I was inadequate, even though I knew that I had the skill level. But I didn't have the work ethic, so I didn't see the results that I wanted. I missed out on certain opportunities because I wasn't putting the work in. So I can only blame myself. Like, yes, I had knee injuries, but at the end of the day, even if I didn't have them, my work ethic was not there to match the results that I wanted to see with hooping. I experienced the same thing with women. The type of quality relationships that I wanted, the quality of women that I wanted, I was not able to attract them because I wasn't the man that they were looking for. I was the nice guy. I was the simp. So women played me to the left. Women disrespected me, treated me any kind of way. I didn't understand female nature and female psychology. So I just wanted to do everything right and show up as this perfect guy. And that led to heartbreak time and time again. That led to me getting played time and time again. I remember talking to this girl, bro, that I really liked for years. She's on the phone with me, complaining to me about her ex, complaining to me about everything that he's doing, hanging up on me to get on the phone with him, then calling me back and talking about what they was just talking about, venting to me about another dude, right? I'm just sitting there listening to it because I want to be the good friend. I want to be the good dude. I want to play this long game because maybe one day I'll get a turn. Because maybe one day she'll realize that I can treat her better. This led to endless disrespect, endless getting played to the left. And I know you've experienced the same thing because you put her on a pedestal, right? You want to do everything right. You don't want her to see any of your flaws. And she exploits that. She takes advantage of that. So I was even losing with women. I even started watching red pill and female nature content during 2020 quarantine, bro. Thinking that I knew everything about women, soaking up all this game. But I'm trapped in the crib. I didn't have any experience. So when I got in front of real women, I was still lacking confidence. I was still overthinking. I was having opportunities where I could express my knowledge and, run my game, run offense, but I was just freezing up. I couldn't get out of my head. You've been there too. Because at the end of the day, the knowledge is nothing if you don't apply it. So this is another area I didn't experience congruence. I had the mindset to want to improve, to want to work for myself, to want to be an entrepreneur. So I started making content. Right? Every single day I was posting YouTube videos. I even started posting short form content on TikTok, built a following, but I was rushing the process, right? I didn't have the mindset of how can I monetize this audience? When I first started making content, it was all about the views. It was all about virality, right? So I was just chasing the numbers, chasing things that did not matter because my ultimate goal was to have financial freedom from content, not to build the most biggest following. So even my approach to content in the beginning was not congruent with my true goals. So it does not matter the area. And most importantly though, my physique, my fitness journey, right? Last year I was going to the gym 5 times a week. I wanted to put on muscle. I wanted to get stronger. But my approach to the gym was not congruent with those goals. My nutrition was not congruent with those goals. I was going to the gym lifting the same weight week after week, wondering why I wasn't getting stronger, wondering why I was looking smaller, wondering why I looked in the mirror and it's like I was still unconfident, eating whatever I wanted to, guessing if I was hitting my macros, right? Having no real diet, not prioritizing whole foods, not tracking anything, just eating whatever I wanted to, door dashing every single day, wondering why I wasn't seeing improvements when I looked into the mirror. But I was, in the moment, it didn't make sense because I thought that I was getting stronger. I thought that me just being consistent was enough for me to get results. So if you truly want to become that undeniable man in every area of your life, because you don't want to just be undeniable with the finances, you don't just want money, but you ugly, right? But you fat. You don't just want that. You want to be undeniable in every area, right? You want to be undeniable in your relationship with God. This is another thing that I struggle with, right? I wanted to prioritize and improve my relationship with God, but I'm still smoking weed and drinking, right? I'm still hanging around people that's living in the world. Whatever the case may be for you, it may be different or it may be the same thing. You just want to be undeniable in every area. And this is the exact blueprint that I followed to make sure that this is what I can do as well. You have to ask yourself, who do I truly want to be? If money wasn't a problem, how would I live my life? If I already had my dream physique, what were the steps that I took to get there? If I had that relationship that I wanted, that high quality relationship with that high value woman, what type of man did I have to become to attract her? If I already had the high quality relationship with God and I was obedient to him every single day, what type of man did I have to become to get that? What type of sacrifices did I have to make? If you're already that entrepreneur, what steps did you take to quit the job that you're working at? You got to work from the end and then look backwards. This is the only way that you can connect the dots. So this is what I started to do. And I seen the most results with this, with my physique. I asked myself, if I was already the 185-pound version of myself, how would I show up in the gym every single day? Would I just focus on 3 sets of 10? No. I would prioritize progressive overload and training till failure, making sure that I'm getting stronger week after week. So this is what I started to do. Would I just continue to DoorDash every single day, eat whatever I wanted to without any structure? No. So what I started to do is prioritize whole foods, meal prep, prioritize high protein, drink a mass gainer shake every single day. So now when I step on the scale, I'm seeing improvements. I'm seeing my physique get better. I'm seeing myself get stronger in the gym with my daily schedule. At first, I didn't have one. I was just waking up. I'm gonna do whatever I wanna do today. I'm gonna just figure out what to do as the day goes. So of course I was being inconsistent, right? And this is why you are stuck as well. You don't have any structure. You don't truly know who you wanna be. You just see other people on social media and you trying to do what they do. Your life is not their life. You have to stay in your own lane. It's never gonna be no traffic in your lane, right? So once you ask yourself what type of person that you wanna be, what type of life that you wanna live, work backwards. Build a daily schedule that you can follow. I don't care if it's hailing outside. I don't care if it's a tornado, right? I don't care if your girl just broke up with you. I don't care if you just got fired from your job. You have to follow this daily schedule every single day without failure because it's all about the lifestyle that you want to live. It's all about the quality of life that you are trying to obtain. But everything must match. That's what congruence means. If you say that you want that physique, then your nutrition and training must reflect that. If you want that income level, your work ethic and what you are doing outside of your 9 to 5 must reflect that. If you want that high quality woman, you must become that high quality man. If you want that relationship with God, you must be reading the Bible and prioritizing being obedient to what you are reading. But you also have to take relentless action every single day and stop focusing on the results. See, you so focused on the end goal. That's why you fall off. That's why you can't see the progress that you're making. I was so focused on the 10K a month that I wasn't focused on the daily inputs to get there. I was so focused on the physique that I couldn't make it past just going to the gym 5 times a week. Wondering why I wasn't seeing no progress because I wasn't operating day to day as that version. So you got to start looking down on the things that you want to obtain. Take the woman off a freaking pedestal, bro. Because if you was that type of man that she was truly attracted to, she would look at you, It would be undeniable. You would check every single box. She would make it easy for you. So you wouldn't have to put in all the extra work. She wouldn't make you go around these hoops. It would be a seamless process, right? If you had the looks, of course she would give you choosing signals. You could make the approach, right? If you was prioritizing your 5 to 9 when you get off work, of course you could start building up income, building up a business that you could eventually quit your job, but you want it to happen so fast. You want to be so impatient. And then you realize that, oh, it's going to take a lot longer than I expected. It's going to take a lot more work than I expected. Are you cut out for that though? Because it's only a select percentage of men who truly going to become undeniable. So it's a choice that you got to make, but you don't make this choice one time. You make this choice every single day. So now when I wake up with a vision. I don't wake up confused. I don't wake up lost. I don't wake up complaining. I wake up with gratitude because I get another day to attack it, to attack my goals, to attack my standards, to prove to myself that I can accomplish the things that I want. That's what it's about, bro. Maybe you want to prove other people wrong. That girl that broke your heart, that boss that fired you from your job, your family members that hated on you and didn't support you. Maybe you want to prove them wrong. I don't know. But whatever it is, you got to use it as fuel. You can't complain about the losses that you took. You got to capitalize off of them, bro. You got to take advantage of every opportunity that you have. So if you are awake and alive and healthy, you have the opportunity. Every single day, Monday through Friday, I wake up at 4:30 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm in the gym 5 to 6 a.m. Why? Because I work 10 hours a day. So I'm not going to the gym when I get off work. I'm not. So I make sure that I wake up earlier when other people are still asleep. So when I go to the gym, it's probably one person in there. When I step in there, nobody's in there. It's all about how bad you want it. We all got 24 hours in a day. What are you doing with yours? Are you scrolling away? Looking at them IG models, looking at everybody else drive the cars, live the lifestyle, be with the women that you want? Are you beating off to women that you can't get? Pixels on the screen? Are you playing video games all day? Sleeping in on the weekends? Is that what you're doing? It's 6 a.m. right now, it's Saturday. You probably still sleep. You ain't gonna watch this video till later on. So you gotta ask yourself, bro, what does your daily process look like? What does your environment look like? Who do you hang around? That's what's most important, bro. You hanging around them friends that's gonna hold you back. You hanging around them friends that's still smoking and drinking. They trying to go buy that section, right? You hanging around them friends that's always inviting you to the party on the game. This is why you stuck, because you know deep down inside you don't need to be hanging around them because you want to improve. You're the only one that hit the gym in your friend group. That's a problem. If you are the best one, and that best is subjective. I don't mean best like money. I don't mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean that if you are the only one on your self-improvement journey in your friend group, you need to find a new one. You don't gotta just cut your friends off like that, but you need to create some type of distance, because what does it benefit you to be the only one on your grind and everything that they doing, everything that they talking about is holding you back? That's one thing I wish that I had right now, is just a bro who's on a similar journey as me, like basically the same type of journey. Prioritizing the physique, prioritizing the finances, prioritizing the relationship with God, just trying to get out here and get it, bro. You get what I'm saying? That's one thing I wish that I had. Because I'm creating those type of relationships through people that I'm watching on social media, right? So it's not like I can just call somebody right now, like, bro, you in the gym? Like, bro, you posted your videos today? I don't really have that type of relationship with nobody, right? But at the end of the day, that's not an excuse for me to not show up. But I go to work, bro, Monday through Thursday, I'm working 10-hour shifts. Why am I doing that? So I can build up some extra bread to invest in mentorship. We'll get to that later. So I'm working 10-hour shifts, bro, to maximize my income. Monday through Thursday. Friday, I give myself a little bit of a break. I'm leaving at 3 o'clock, right? But at the end of the day, it's about how bad do you want it? See, my job offers unlimited overtime. I would be a fool to not take advantage of that. See, some of y'all call in for no reason because you hungover, so you don't go to work on Monday. Stupid, right? Some of your jobs offer unlimited overtime. You still leaving after you get your 8 hours. Stupid. Because when you get your check, you unsatisfied. When you get your check, it's gone in 2-3 days. But you don't want to put in the extra work. You don't want to put in the extra hours. See, that's the biggest mistake that I made, trying to quit jobs and be an entrepreneur too fast. When I wasn't the person, when my habits and my mindset was not congruent with me being an entrepreneur. I was still in 9-to-5 mode. I was still 9-to-5 quitting. See, you want this high quality woman, but then when you get her, you simping out. You letting her walk all over you because you're scared to lose her. You living with that scarcity. So you gotta really document this and write this down. I'm journaling every single day. You gotta document and write this down. What type of man do I wanna be? What do I want my health to look like? What do I want my wealth to look like? What do I want my relationships to look like? What do I want my environment to look like? Where do I wanna live? What kind of car do I wanna drive? This is what you gotta ask yourself, bro. It's very, very, very simple to figure these things out. You just gotta do some soul searching. But the difficult part is showing up every single day. The difficult part is blocking out that noise. The difficult part is saying no. Standing on your business, standing on your standards. Not letting other people manipulate you and get you off your course. Not swerving into other people's lane. That's the difficult part. Continuing to fight when your back is against the wall. Continuing to fight when you're at rock bottom. Right? Continuing to show up every single day when you're not seeing the growth. When nobody is supporting you. When you're ready to quit. When everything around you is telling you to quit, but you don't. That's the difficult part, bro. But you can do it, and you know that you can. It's all about that discipline. It's all about that consistency. And it's all about that resilience, bro. Because you're going to stumble. You're going to fall. But are you going to get back up? Or are you going to take a seat on the bench and cry? This is one thing I take pride in myself about, bro. One of my best qualities is my dedication, my ambition. I don't care what type of obstacles I go through. I guarantee you, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit. I made a promise to myself when I was sitting in my college dorm room in 2020, when I wasn't doing nothing but smoking weed with my homeboy. Every single day I wasn't going to class, I wasn't doing no work. My laptop was collecting dust. But I made a promise to myself that I'm not gonna live like this. I know that this college life ain't for me. I know that I'm only here because my mama wanted me to go to college. So I gotta figure out what I wanna do with my life. I made a promise to myself, I'm gonna do this content creation thing, right? Like back then I wasn't really just into the fitness coaching and the online coaching as I am now, but I knew that I wanted to be my own boss. I made a promise to myself that whatever I go through, I'm not gonna quit. I still hold myself to that same standard. But you want to start something, stop something, start something, stop something. Start hitting the gym, fall off, right? Start on that business, fall off. Stupid. Because you're listening to that outside noise. Because you're watching these people that live in Miami in these penthouses, driving these Ferraris and Lambos, you get discouraged. That's motivation, bro. Because if you see somebody else that can do it, that's motivation that you can do it. That's proof. I ride around Dallas, bro. Every single time I'm in a car, I'm like, what's the most exotic whip that I can see? Man, I be seeing Rolls Royces, I see Urises, I see a couple Ferraris. I look at that like, bro, that can be me. That's gonna be me. Because if somebody else riding around, another human being is riding around in that, that means I can do it too. You gotta stop putting these things on pedestals, bro. You fantasizing about these women on social media, bro. The thing about it is, that's weak. That's weak. Because you look in the mirror, after you beat off, you feel bad about yourself. Wondering why you stuck, wondering why you in this negative spiral, but you doing it to yourself. You always want to point the finger. That's another thing, bro. We talk about this at work, right? Self-accountability. The most successful people in the world are the most self-accountable. They not pointing the blame at other people. They holding themselves accountable. It's my fault as to why I'm living the type of life that I'm living right now. It's my fault as to why I don't have the physique that I want, as to why I don't have the money I want, as to why I don't have the type of woman that I want. It's your fault. Once you really realize that, I guarantee you're gonna start to change your ways. Because this is another gem that I'll give you, bro. Success is also about subtraction. You trying to do so much and add so much to your plate. The plate is dirty. Clean off the freaking plate. Why would you put dinner on a dirty plate, right? That does not make sense. When you start to make your food, you don't put them in dirty dishes. You're not putting water in a cup that's dirty. So at the end of the day, it's about subtraction. What needs to be removed from your life that does not serve this undeniable man that you are striving to become? The mindset that you have does not serve you, right? The actions that you take every single day, it does not serve you. The environment that you hang around, it does not serve you. The way that you spend your money, it does not serve you. So there's things that you gotta remove before you try to add in the positive habits, because just removing the negative ones will put you at a clean slate. Just removing the negative habits will give you more clarity as to what you need to do every single day. Because once you try to mix in good with bad, it's like, nah, you're getting a bad outcome. But once you can remove the bad, once you can clean the plate off, now you can start to add what actually belongs on the plate, what you actually want on the plate, right? Because in the beginning, it might be difficult for you to start going to the gym. It's new to you, right? You're feeling all sore and stuff. It's a challenge. This is why you might have to start going early in the morning. This is why it might need to be the first thing that you do every single day. But over time, you're gonna build momentum, you're gonna build consistency, you're gonna start seeing the progress when you look in the mirror, the weight gonna start going up when you step on the scale. All of that is confirmation that, okay, I need to keep doing what I'm doing because it's working, right? Stop expecting the short-term progress, right? Stop expecting everything to happen overnight. Just focus on showing up every single day. If you can show up every single day and do the right thing, I guarantee you're gonna see progress, bro. You're gonna look back a month from now, okay, I'm glad that I didn't fall off. 2 months from now, I'm glad that I didn't fall off, right? That's what it's all about. Staying at overtime, it might be a little bit difficult for you, but you know you gotta do it because it's the why behind everything. You don't show up to the gym just to show up. Like looking in the mirror and liking what you see, that might not be enough for you. You might want choosing signals for women, but you know the type of man that they're looking for. So if you're not him, you understand that you're not gonna get them looks. So you realize that, okay, well, if I want them looks, if I want that type of woman, well, I gotta become the type of man that she wants, right? Because I can't buy my way to her, so I gotta become him. Become him. Any man can become him because you got the desire to become him. You see other men that's him. So you don't get down on yourself. You just realize that, okay, I got more work to put in. You can always put in more work. I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care what you accomplish. I don't care how much money you make. You can always put in more work. Everything must be congruent, bro. Everything. Your mindset, your identity. See, this is the most important piece right here. Your identity. It must be aligned with that version of yourself that you're trying to be. That's what held me back, bro. I was still identifying as the 9-to-5 version of myself. I was identifying as the skinny version of myself. I was calling myself a hard gainer. I was blaming my metabolism, right? I was blaming my work schedule as to why I couldn't get my content out. I was making all these excuses because I was identifying as that low value version of myself. But once I started to identify as the 185-pound version of myself, the full-time fitness coach version of myself, I started to build my day around that because that's my identity now. That's the frame of mind that I'm working with. That's the lens that I'm looking at life with. So now it's like, okay, if I was already him, how would I live my day? How would I schedule my day? See, you don't even have Google Calendar on your freaking phone, wondering why you ain't making no progress, wondering why you so lost, because you don't have a schedule to follow every single day. You think I'm just keeping everything I gotta do in my mind? No, I'm literally putting it on a calendar, looking at it, so as the notification pop up on my phone, I'm like, okay, well, it's time to wake up, it's time to go to the gym, it's time to record this content, it's time to do this deep work, because it's all planned out. But it's all about doing the little things, bro. It's the little things compounded over time that move the needle forward the most that you must do. Success is not about doing 50 million things every single day, bro. It's just about doing the things that work, doing the most important things that work every single day. Don't care if it's raining, like none of that type of stuff matters. None of the variables and excuses that you made, none of that matters, bro. Because if you want it bad enough, you're gonna find a way. See, you can't be a perfectionist trying to have all the information. Too much information will make you stupid. Some of y'all got too much information, but you ain't doing nothing with it. So it's like, you looking around, it's like, man, I know everything, but my life is still miserable. You ain't doing nothing with the knowledge. You so focused on what's going on in the news, what's going on with all this propaganda, you so plugged into the system that your life is still a living hell. Because you focus on everything that you can't even control, bro. If you want to see change in your external reality, change yourself. Like becoming this undeniable man, bro, it's all about just the daily process. There's nothing more important than your daily process, bro. Like you can see my daily process every single day, how I live my day on Instagram. I post it every day on my stories, my daily process, bro. You'll see me doing my morning push-ups. You see me reading my proverb every single day. You see me reading my devotional, right? You'll see me giving you a lesson based upon what I learned when I was at work, right? You see me doing my Bible study. You see me living out my day. What does your day look like? You dudes that rely on motivation, bro, y'all kind of make me sick. Because you're not going to always be motivated, bro. It's going to be days you wake up, you don't feel like going to that gym. On leg day, I don't feel like going. That's why I got leg day on Monday. Because I know, like, okay, if I can hit legs today, on Monday the week just started, every other workout that I got to do is cake, right? I know that I, real life, do not feel like working 10-hour shifts at my job. It's so mundane. I work at a call center. It's boring, bro. Like, sometimes I just feel like punching the computer because it's boring, it's irritating. I would not rather be there, but I'm grateful for the job. I understand why I'm working a 10-hour shift, bro. It's not so I can become a supervisor at the job. It's so I can build income to invest in mentorship so I can learn a skill that I can monetize and quit the job. Stop spending your money on stupid stuff and actually invest in yourself. Invest in mentorship. Somebody who's gone through the path that you on, who can give you the blueprint. That speeds the time up for you to be able to get there. If I could go back 5 years ago, that's the first thing that I would have did is invest in mentorship. Somebody who can just paint the picture for me, who can just pave the way for me. And all I got to do is listen to what they're saying. That's the number one thing I would have did. But I was so in my mind like, okay, I'm going to figure it all out myself. I'm going to do it all myself. wondering why I wasn't seeing no real growth, right? You can't be too smart for your own good, bro. There's always somebody who's at a higher level than you who can literally give you the blueprint if you're gonna put in the money to pay for it, and you're gonna put in the work, and you're gonna have a student mentality to listen to what they're telling you. Drop your ego and drop your pride. So at the end of the day, if you want the blueprint to become this undeniable man, if you're tired of living the way that you're living, if you're tired of looking in the mirror and not loving what you see, if you're tired of attracting the quality of women that you are currently getting, or just being overlooked in general, book a one-on-one call in the description or pinned in the comments so that you can apply for my one-on-one coaching. I'll get you on a call, I'll see if you're a good fit, and we will just get the ball rolling. But if you're not willing to put in the work, don't book a call. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.